In today's episode, I'm on a mission to find an abandoned Alpine village from the First World War. Along the way I'll be facing all kinds of obstacles, even getting caught in a snowstorm. But one thing's for sure, I do not give up easily. It's gonna be a tough one, but I think we can make it. Sorry about that. Okay, I give up. Let's go back. I think I see a place where we might be able to park. Go forward. There we go. I did manage to park, but I hope I can also unpark tomorrow. Well, that's gonna be a problem for the future version of Andrade. You might have noticed that's not the vehicle I'm usually driving. Yeah, my little microwave's getting fixed, so I got this one for the time being. The only problem is the door won't lock. I better still be here when I come back tomorrow. Well, I think that's the least of our concern in this kind of weather. But you never know. There's not even that much snow. The problem is it's all wet. That's where it stopped. Can't really complain. Still made it quite a long way up. All of the trees still have leaves. It's very early snowfall. Beware of the cows. The snow depth is increasing quickly, so just staying here below the trees. There's much less snow here than out in the open. Not only is this snow impossible to drive through, it's also very difficult to walk on. I'm really appreciating these small patches of dry land. Okay, it took me about 15 minutes to get to the parking that I initially wanted to park. Now I'm going up here into the mountains. Winter's coming. Everyone abandoned the ship. All of the houses seem to be empty. It's a bit more challenging to follow the track in the winter. Everything looks the same. It's all white. Oh wow. Look at that contrast between the green and the white. Now that's why I love autumn. We got the best of both worlds. A bit of summer and a bit of winter. Well, now when I think about it, it's more like the worst of both. We've got this terrible wet snow. It's not any good for hiking or climbing or anything at all. And then it's not warm either. So summer also goes out the window. Look at all of these fallen branches. Yep, that's what you get if you mix snow and leaves. The branches can't handle it all. But she is gorgeous. For the ladies. Just messing with you. Constantly have to clean the lens, otherwise it's all smudgy and fudgy. Just so you know, I don't recommend hiking in such terrible snow conditions and this kind of weather. You either have to be very experienced or a bit stupid, and it might be both. The sign says the firewood is meant for the cabin, but I don't see any firewood. Oh no, those are just branches. Oh, branches again. If you visit the bivouac, it's nice to bring some firewood up with you, but I can't find any, so finally the rain is turning into snow. I knew there's gonna be a lot of new snow, but oh man, I did not expect that much. Maybe some firewood here. It's the same sign. But again, no firewood. Oh well. Ouch! Big chunk of snow fell on my head. Whew. My gloves are soaked. Oh. If we put all of the snow aside, it's quite a nice mule track. Back in the day, during the First World War, they would use these paths to bring up supplies with horses, mules and donkeys. I just picked the wrong time of year to go up here. Oh my goodness. For the first time today my hands are decently warm. Oh. Fresh battery, fresh gloves and another 200 vertical meters ahead of me. It's taking me at least 4 times longer now in this type of conditions. Maybe even more. I think I missed a turn, but this should be the right way. I hope. My belly is starting to rumble. Okay, I need to stop doing this kind of shots. I'm running out of daylight. Oops! I went in the wrong direction anyway. Well, check the maps again and I miscalculated a bit. Now I've got 200 vertical more meters. That means at least an hour and a half more. And that's being optimistic. Another one of those signs for firewood. But again, no firewood. I feel like he's just messing with me at this point. I'm really starting to feel the hunger. Good thing I skipped lunch. It's really helping now. Ah, this snow is taking the life out of me. Oh. Even though I've got Gore-Tex clothes on, I'm completely soaked. From the head to the tippy toes. You know what they say, if you're gonna be dumb, you better be tough. There's almost a meter of fresh snow already, and it's still dumping like there's no tomorrow. Well, there might even be more than a meter. These poles are 140 centimeters long, and see how much room there's left. Oh man. Look at that. It's all the way up to my chest. The most important thing is to keep moving. Once you stop, you're gonna freeze very quickly. Oh, thank goodness we made it to the cemetery. That means we're close. Oh. Yeah, finally. Did you look at that? There's the first hut. Can't wait to get all cozy inside. Oh, it doesn't have a roof. No worries, that's not the one we're using. And there's the rest of them. Ah, here's our long-awaited cabin. Cozy little cabin. Oh, that's just lovely. Need to change into some dry clothes. It's completely soaked. Oh, that's much better. I'm gonna give you a proper tour now. Starting here from the door, we enter straight into the kitchen and dining area. We've got the furnace here, the stove. There should also be a gas tank, yep. And then the drying area, a bit of storage, couscous, pasta, coffee, risotto and plenty of other stuff. And then here we've got the bedroom, 1, 2, 3 and 4 beds, including 3 benches here, which could also be used if the bivouac is packed. So plenty of room. Now it's about time I get some fire going. I'm gonna be using the good old ancient fire starting technique. That's what I'm talking about. Well, I could use this, but since I brought my own gas, there's no reason to waste it. Still got plenty for my macaroni. How much is it? Last time I ate Balkan food in Italy, so I'm gonna make it right today with some carbonara. Here come the bubbles. Holy moly, macaroni. Oh. First proper meal after I have no idea how many hours. Probably since yesterday. Got the fire going, the food cooking. That's all I need to get cozy. Oh. I think I'm gonna put it in the snow for a minute. By the way, is it still snowing? Yep. I have a bit of fresh snow tomorrow. Enough cooling off. Oh, it's so much warmer in here. Wonder why. The only thing missing now is, guess what? Parmigiano. Well, I'm so hungry I could eat anything. Time to do the dishes. It's always the worst part of camping. If you're gonna spend the night in a mountain cabin and if they're accepting donations, it's only appropriate to give some. You know, they have to take care of all the firewood, the gas, and just regular maintenance of the house. So I'm sure they need all the money they can get. Firewood up here is worth a lot, so it's definitely worth the investment. And it's not like you're gonna bankrupt because of 10 or 20 euros. If you're fair and good to others, then I believe it all comes back to you. What you give, you will receive. Maybe not now, but definitely in the long run. And if not, at least you can die an honest man. Okie dokie, time to brush some teeth. Okay, time to get in the sack. I think I'm gonna choose the second row. Before I go to bed, I have to show you my genius design. A glove drying system. Oh yeah, it's been a long day. And if I'm certain about one thing, is that there's not gonna be an alarm clock tomorrow. Farewell. See you in the morning. Still snowing. Well, now in daylight, I'm at least gonna be able to show you around a bit. After breakfast, of course. The fire went out, but it was still quite warm throughout the whole night. It looks like my gear is dry, except for the gloves. But the main thing is the jacket. Not much of a fancy breakfast, just a sandwich and some tea. Oh no, my honey froze. Come on, man. Ah! It wouldn't be me if I didn't spill something. Now it's time to clean up my mess. Oh. Now it's finally time to do some exploring. The Alpine war village sits at around 1900 meters and it's been built and occupied by the Gemona Alpini battalion during the Great War in the summer of 1915. The Italian troops were hiding in these structures from the Austro-Hungarian bombing as well as from the harsh weather like we had yesterday. In addition to the housing, a chapel was built too. Guess which building that was? This lovely bivouac right here. In recent years it's been restored and converted into a bivouac named after the Gemona battalion. There's a lot more such kind of structures scattered around these mountains, but unfortunately there's too much snow at the moment, so we'll have to leave that for another day. Just remember I've got an extra cereal bar. Yep. Just gonna leave that here for anyone that might need it more than I do. Of course, as always, leave no trace. Everything nice and clean. Alpini, Gemona, thanks for everything and until next time. Such a cool place. You see this wooden crucifix here? There's a former war cemetery down there of Italian soldiers who fell during the years of 1915 and 1917. If it wasn't for the snow, we would be able to see 6 tombstones here, and 3 of them should still be completely intact. But this wooden crucifix was built later on, I think in 2010. Lots of fierce battles took place here between the Italians and the Austro-Hungarians. This mountain was the dominant corner pillar of the line. And that's because this valley down here was the connection between the 2 enemy territories, so it represented a critical area where they could invade each other's land. Back then the valley was full of military infrastructure. If only I had known there's gonna be this much snow, I would have brought my skis. It would be much easier and a lot more enjoyable on the way down. Today I'm testing out my new camera for the first time. I switched from GoPro Hero 10 to the new DJI Osmo Action 5. So let me know how's the quality. If it's better or worse. I would appreciate the feedback. Oh, looks like someone made it up here. Well, to be fair, there's a lot less snow today. It was raining all night down here. Is it still here? Oh yeah. Ah, I don't need the key. Forgot. I don't know about any water around here, so I think I'm just gonna do it in the snow. Oh. Rolling, baby. What can you say? The color of the car does suit me. Grazie per la visione e ci vediamo alla prossima.